All right, guys, we are 19 weeks out from the meet now. I'm registered and all that. So this was the first bench day, 199 pounds, 90 kilos. I have doubled mini bands and chains. So I don't know the weight of the chains. I don't know how much the mini bands add, but this was 7 reps on the last set. Now, you need the bands set up. Anytime you do bands with squat, bench, deadlift, any lift, they have to be taut the entire lift. You can't have the bands going slack at the bottom or they're not doing anything. So I fold the bands in half, double the tension up, and it's plenty of tension. Um, but the bands always have to be taut on these lifts. Remember that. This was the second bench day, 10 at 248 on the last set. So this was moving pretty good. Um, Nothing too much to remark about here. Bench just hasn't felt as good since prior to the meet. So the last meet in November, bench was blowing up the last few weeks, went up to 392 in training. And it just hasn't felt the same since. So I'm going to call an audible here, do some changes to the coming weeks and see if I can get bench rolling again. I'm benching 3 days a week. This was today, 7 at 276. Not great. I wanted 8, but the rotator cuff started feeling a little off on my left side. And it just hasn't felt strong. So I'm going to have to make some changes, but I'll keep the 3-day frequency. Just really going to alter that middle day and try to find some things there. So coming up here on squats, my hips have just been really tight. I've been neglecting my hip mobility work. So my external and internal rotation have gotten quite poor. So squats felt terrible here. This was 458 for sets of 5. And it just doesn't feel comfortable. My hips feel really tight. My external rotation on the left side is terrible. Internal rotation on the right side is terrible. So I just am going to get back to drilling the mobility because, when I did that last year, it really helped. And then this year I've kind of slacked on it. And it's made squats harder than they should be. These should be moving a lot faster, in my opinion. So it's still some good volume. But if I can continue working on them this week, they'll be better on Friday. Deadlifts were a freaking joke today. Flying. Completely dialed in with the form, the speed. This first rep felt effortless. Felt like nothing. So if deadlifts keep feeling like this, we're in some really good shape. I've had the belt lower in the back, higher in the front. This has helped me a lot. So one thing to try, keep the belt lower in the back, higher in the front. I try to get it almost as far down as I can in the back. Then I angle it up to brace against in the front. Try it out. This is how you do Bulgarians. So I see a lot of guys picking the dumbbells off the floor on Bulgarians. Pick them up off a bench and then reach your foot back. So there's some trial and error here, as you can see. But this is a much easier setup than picking the dumbbells up off the ground. That's not going to be feasible as it gets heavier. This was 10 reps with the hundreds. So I'm working up to, I want to get to eventually 20 reps with the hundreds. But this is a good step in the right direction. These are just taxing. Smoke my CNS. If you're interested in coaching, shoot me an email, prstrength1@gmail.com. I'll put that link in the description. Let's keep rolling, keep following along in the meet prep. I appreciate you guys. Comment, subscribe. Thank you.